Welcome back to the TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today for Manosphere Highlights Daily. He did a wonderful video explaining the actual Manosphere and Red Pill itself, how it's about something that is not what women always want to make it out to be. Please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. Let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. The Manosphere has gone mainstream,
It has.
capturing the attention and imagination of people around the world. But despite the rise, there are also misconceptions about this male space. In this video, we will explain what the Manosphere is and unravel the misconceptions about the Manosphere and the Red Pill. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do, because we many.
I love his chat.
The term manosphere can be broken down into man and sphere. By examining the meaning of sphere first, we understand that it refers to an area or zone with boundaries. When we combine man with sphere, it creates the idea of an area or zone specifically for men. The addition of the letter O doesn't have a distinct meaning on its own, but it serves as a linking element that makes the word flow smoothly and sound more cohesive.
Yeah, I never even thought about that O, but it does make it sound perfectly like a legit nice word, like manosphere. Well, like I think that's really a good explanation of it.
Manosphere. Manosphere is an online space or community where men or individuals interested in men's issues come together to share information, discuss topics, and have conversations about self-improvement, men's rights, social justice, or related topics. These spaces can take different forms, such as blogs, forums, social media groups, or online platforms dedicated to supporting and amplifying men's voices. Now that we have established the definition of the manosphere, we can address a common misconception associated with it. A common misconception about the manosphere is that it is a unified and coherent entity. Some people mistakenly believe that all men in this space share the same perspectives, ideologies, or purposes. In reality, the manosphere is incredibly diverse with a wide range of topics and opinions.
Yep, I agree. There's so many different creators, MTR, Fresh and Fit. I even think what you call it is Valuetainment is somewhat a manosphere like company also. They do very many men talking points and just men issues. So I mean, I'm quite different from Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit's quite different from whatever podcast. We actually all have a different kind of understanding of how we operate in the manosphere. I actually don't really hate Fresh and Fit all that much. I just don't like that, they really push those, some of those other last talking points in the last few videos. But I respect them overall because they do great work in the manosphere itself. Yes, I might not agree with everything they say, but I do agree with some of them, with a lot of the major talking points, and they do help men, just like Manosphere Highlights Daily. I love this channel. This channel is so educational in this space, right? It's interesting that when someone gets big like Fresh and Fit or Rollo Tomasi and things like that, and they go mainstream, everybody seems to put them as like, the leaders of the manosphere or whatever it is. Nobody's a leader in anything in this space, in my opinion. Everybody does their own thing, and in a collective of us makes the manosphere. So it's nice that Manosphere Highlights Daily is explaining this, because I think a lot of men, especially with like the Fresh and Fit crowd and things like that, they're very on it. Oh, this has to be this way. And I don't really think that. I think we can kind of cherry pick and listen to all of what all of the Manosphere says and take those concepts to ourselves and understand, what do I really want out of this? Do I want to be a MGTOW? Do I want to be a passport bro? Do I want to be just, like still looking for a good wife in the US? Or do I just not want to deal with a lot of things or I want to try to change laws? There's many ways to go about it, and there's many concepts to, to understand.
We literally have factions, subgroups. While there may be subgroups of men who share similar interests or viewpoints, the Manosphere as a whole consists of a huge range of voices and perspectives. It is important to recognize the individuality and diversity within the Manosphere, avoiding generalizations or assumptions about all men based on a limited sample or preconceived notions. Because of this misconception, you see certain content creators and influencers distancing themselves from the Manosphere, because association with the Manosphere means limiting yourself to a specific market or conforming to a particular ideology or belief. They may worry that aligning themselves with the Manosphere could restrict their ability to address diverse topics, express their authentic voice, connect with a broader audience, or simply be cancelled.
This is true.
Because according to the mainstream media and women in general, the Manosphere is full of toxic and misogynistic men.
This is the Manosphere where incels thrive. Traffic has been high on these sites in the past year.
And who uses these?
Anywhere from your run-of-the-mill lonely guys to the guys into plastic surgery. Now, what's scary is how many of these guys have violent fantasies towards women.
By understanding the true nature of the Manosphere as a dynamic and diverse space, we can eliminate the misconception that it is a monolithic entity. Correct. And appreciate the richness and diversity it offers.
I mean, we know this because, again, Fresh and Fit, whatever podcast, just those two podcasts alone are very similar, but they operate very differently, right? Myron operates very differently from Brian, and they are both Manosphere. They're both very red pill type content to, asking questions to reveal truths about women nature and male nature.
Therefore, we focus our message on the truth.
What truth?
That brings us to the red pill.
You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
In the movie The Matrix, the red pill is a symbolic element that represents the choice between embracing the truth, even if it is harsh and challenging, or remaining in a state of ignorance and illusion, the blue pill. So the red pill is not a philosophy or ideology. It's reality. In other words, the truth.
It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
Seeing the world as it truly is. Not everything can be classified as a philosophy. For example, factual statements or scientific theories are not considered philosophies. Here's an example. The statement, men and women are biologically different, is not a philosophical statement. No, it is a factual claim that can be supported by empirical evidence from biology and genetics. So when we make a video claiming men and women are not equal, we are not bashing women.
Nope.
We are highlighting the truth supported by evidence.
I agree. This is why I don't really like that a lot of us bash women and, call them names and things like that. I mean, I understand because a lot of us are still upset, like learning these truths. And there is such thing as, a red pill rage. I mean, once you find out certain things that you've been doing is just wrong and this is how the world really works, most people would be upset too.
Red pill. So what you do with this truth is on you. That's where philosophy and ideology come in. So when some content creator or influencer with a lot of followers starts saying stuff like it's okay to hit women, disrespect women, cheat on your wife, or have multiple girlfriends, that's not red pill.
Nope.
That's his opinion, his idea of dealing with women. It's important to recognize that the opinion or ideology of an individual, content creator, or influencer does not represent the entire manosphere.
I 100% agree. But this is the part where that's not how mainstream sees it, and that's not how mainstream pushes it, right? They all push that whichever one gets the biggest, and whatever stupid thing they say, now that blankets the rest of the manosphere. And they love blanketing the manosphere as one big entity because it's easy to attack, right? They can't just attack, oh, the passport bros or, the MGTOW guys or whatever it is. No, they rather just attack the main concept of the manosphere itself, which encompasses everything.
Each content creator within the manosphere has their own unique perspectives, beliefs, and approaches, which contribute to the diversity and richness of the community.
I agree 100%. Like, I think my views are quite different than most creators' views. I think that's why a lot of you guys are here watching me, because I'm not so stringent on some of the things that a lot of the other red pill men or the manosphere guys are like kind of pushing out there. I'm very realistic. Like 50-50 when it comes to relationships like that. That's what's going to be the norm. So I don't think it's going to be a bad thing. I mean, we tell men it's going to be a hard life, but it might not be, because I see quite a bit of 50-50 couples out there that are okay. They're doing okay. They're not wealthy and they love each other. I don't know how long they're going to stay together. Like, we don't know these things, but at least these people are working it with that 50-50. There's a lot of men in this space that think we always have to provide. And I agree, that is probably the best way to keep a nice relationship and to keep a marriage together, is if you're the provider, because just most women do not want someone to baby or, take care of financially also. So, I mean, 50-50 is them having to take care of some things. But there's women out there that do. We always speak in the generality and what most women don't want to do. So this is where we push those types of concepts. But, I always want to say, do what you want to do, right? Whatever I teach or whatever the advice I give and the things I say on here, the things that everybody says in the manosphere, take it with a grain of salt. Like, my life is different from everybody else's life. Everybody's gone through different things. Everybody's seen different things. Everybody's in a different region in the world. Not everybody's in LA, not everybody's in New York, not everybody's, in the Midwest or whatever. But there's a lot of guys also, in other countries that watch my channels. Like, love yourself. Work on yourself. If you don't become a millionaire, you don't become a six-figure earner, don't be upset at yourself. Not everyone can make it. As long as you're happy with 70, 80 grand, which that is a wonderful life. When you make 70, 80 grand, I don't think there's many issues for you. Even at 50, 60 grand, if you live a pretty modest life, you're still able to go out pretty often and spend money, right? So don't think that you can't achieve some of the goals that the manosphere pushes, that you're a failure somehow. That's not the case.
And that's why this is problematic.
All right, well, when we come back, should we be worried about something called the manosphere and our sons? Well, I'm going to ask the godfather of the manosphere, because he's here, and he's going to tell us what that's all about, and you can decide if you think it's something you should be worried about, and I want to hear from the audience. We'll be right back.
Mainstream media wants to give the manosphere a face, a
Yes.
leader, someone that speaks for all of us, in an attempt to categorize and define it as a hate group. A space full of misogynists. It's problematic because it overlooks the diverse and decentralized nature of the manosphere. While decentralization can offer numerous advantages, it is not without its challenges.
I mean, yeah, we're like crypto. We're pretty decentralized. We don't go have a meeting with all of the red pill and the manosphere guys. Like, all right, this is what we're going to be talking about today. Like, oh, hey, freaking fresh and fit. You're doing great. Like, I mean, we definitely, we praise each other. And, we also want to, how do you say it? Criticize each other, because that helps each other grow. And then it points out some misconceptions, and not everything is correct, right? Not everybody wants to sleep around and just have multiple women. Even if I became a millionaire, I would not have side chicks. I don't believe I would. Like, again, adultery is something I take pretty seriously. And some people in the space think it's okay because you're a high earner, which it is what it is.
It's over. Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
The red pill has side effects. Learning the truth about society, the truth about female nature, can piss you off, catapult you in a stage of anger. And we're here to tell you it's completely normal.
It wasn't my war. You asked me, I didn't ask you. And I did what I had to do to win, but somebody wouldn't let us win.
A lot of men experience red pill rage. When a person is angry or enraged, it is common for them to express themselves in ways that may not truly reflect their underlying thoughts, feelings, or intentions. In the heat of the moment, intense emotions can override rational thinking.
100%. I went through this. When I got into red pill after my divorce, yeah, I considered I was pretty ragey. I didn't make content right away after when I got into the space, but even when I started making content, I think I was still a little bit upset about everything. Then as I made more content, I grew a little bit, and then I watched more content, and I balanced out now. I don't have any issues with women. I'm not mad at women, to tell you the truth. I'm more upset that how society wants to push a lot of these things to separate the two of us. I think men and women are best together, and we've always been better together. We've built society up to where it is together. Yes, men did a lot of the work. I'm not going to discredit men, but women also furthered society by giving birth. And we can't take that away from them, right?
Leading individuals to say things they may later regret or realize were not a true reflection of their beliefs or values. It's possible that some hate and hateful comments may originate from individuals who are experiencing red pill rage. And of course, the mainstream media is going to pick the extreme.
Yeah, I see that a lot in my comments section. I'm not too upset about it. I understand why these guys are upset. As long as they're not too disrespectful, I don't really care. And I don't really delete any of my comments anyways. If I just go to my little comment section, and anything that gets I have to check for, I just approve everything. It's up to you to want to as long as you're not attacking someone or attacking a female that's in my channel, or just attacking another male, it's fine. Don't be attacking each other. I've seen some back and forth, but it wasn't bad enough for me to say want to delete or say something about it.
Without understanding the broader context behind the anger or frustration of these men.
But their tactics are changing. A men's rights group in Edmonton took a campaign on sexual assault awareness and turned it into what many women saw as a nasty bit of victim blaming.
There is a double standard of holding men collectively responsible for the actions of a small subset of men.
The Manosphere is also a space where these men can vent, express, and release emotions. Getting past the anger stage is a personal journey. Addressing and
That's why I don't stop them or anything. They need to get over this themselves. They need to release some of that anger. Go ahead. Have at it, man.
processing this anger is crucial for personal healing. However, it is essential to remember that individual expressions of anger, such as someone saying, "I hate all women," do not reflect the feelings of the entire Manosphere. The Manosphere is a decentralized space where diverse voices coexist, allowing individuals to freely express their opinions. We earn the respect of the Manosphere because our content is based on the truth. We keep
have
it
my respect
red
for sure.
pill. Speaking the truth is not bashing women. Of course, we at MHD all have our own personal perspectives and approaches, but we understand the truth doesn't discriminate. The Manosphere has had a profound impact on my personal journey, providing me with invaluable insights, inspiration, and a supportive network. It has transformed my life in ways I couldn't have imagined.
I 100% agree. I've met Paul K. He's one of our subs, and I've been doing bachata class with him. I went last night and just enjoying myself, learning new things, trying to move my body more smoothly, making a fool of myself. But this is the great thing about this. Like, I actually met someone bowling. When I went bowling, one of my subs came and said hi to me, and I was really surprised because I mentioned this before, and that's wonderful. You know, like, these guys come and say and tell me things, and just we have discussions. It's a great community.
This is why I'm passionate about giving back to the Manosphere and men in general, contributing to the collective growth and well-being of this remarkable community.
I agree.
So with that said, I want you to listen to all, but follow none.